cameras are following him. He's in the locker room. He's steaming. And he throws the club into the locker. Poof, tips over his back. Brah,
Yeah.
Screaming. We're like, oh my God, we got it. You know, blah, blah, blah. He's smashing stuff up. Just yelling really loud. And then he just finishes. Then he looks in the camera and goes, how was that?
Is that good?
He's like, was that pretty good? We're like, yeah, it was good.
All right, everyone. Welcome into the Vanity Index podcast. It's powered by JLab. I'm Wells Adams. I'm alongside Chad Mumm. We are almost done with season 1 of the VIP. And we have a big announcement, Chad.
Huge. Can we even call it a podcast anymore?
I don't know. I feel like, should we change it to the Vanity Index program?
Vanity Index program, yes.
Right?
We got to keep the VIP.
I mean, we can't lose VIP.
Can't lose VIP.
It sounds so good. But we do have a huge announcement. And Chad, I'm going to let you make the announcement.
All right. Starting in January of next year, season 2 of the Vanity Index podcast will now be on the Golf Channel. Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific, every single Wednesday for 41 episodes, baby. We're on TV now. Come on.
I don't know how you pulled this off. Of all the things that you've done, Full Swing, Anthony Kim documentary that never aired, Happy Gilmore 2.
Yeah,
Skins Game, maybe a scripted show coming soon.
Yep.
The fact that you were able to con the Golf Channel into allowing us to take over their airwaves for an hour is amazing and crazy.
I'm pretty sure they haven't seen it. They just, kind of assumed that it was going to be professional, but they don't know what they're in for. They're in trouble.
I know. But we are building a new studio.
Yes, we are.
So we're going to be leaving my guest bedroom.
It's great in here. I'm going to miss it.
I know.
It's going to be the early days.
We got the pod dog at the feet, eating the Kong.
She's in there eating the Kong. Yep.
And we got our cocktails, but still, we have to be adults and we have to move on over to a real studio, which is also going to house a simulator.
That's right.
So we'll be doing this podcast. We'll be having our guests on, A-list celebrities.
We got some great guests lined up.
We do. I'm actually very excited. Then, of course, I think we have to go back to the well with some of our tried and true guests. Richard Kine needs to come back. Charlie Day needs to come back. Malto,
yeah.
And Billy Bush.
Oh, Billy should be the first episode.
Billy should just be the hosting the show.
He really should. We'll just step aside for Billy Bush.
Yeah, exactly.
Billy, you can host the show now. I'm pumped. We'll be, on the Golf Channel. I can't believe it. It's hilarious because whenever, the only chance I ever get to work out really is at our club.
Yeah.
And it's always Wednesdays at 7, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be in the gym. Golf Channel's always on. It's going to be, I think, a real out-of-body experience to see us up there on our TVs. And I guarantee the members are going to see me walk in and immediately, oh God, look at you, and turn it off.
I don't know if we talked about this before, but there used to be a rule because there's so many kind of like celebrities at our club that there used to be a rule that you had to take a shot every time someone from the club was on the TVs.
I didn't know about this rule.
Yeah. They stopped doing it because it was this is getting ridiculous.
Sure.
But I think we should bring it back for us.
We should bring it back.
It's 8 a.m.
Obliterate all the members every Wednesday. And Wednesday is a busy day, because it's the middle of the week, so you got to get your middle week golf in. So Wednesday's typically a pretty busy day for our club in terms of member play. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. The announcement's cool. There's a couple new shows coming to Golf Channel. So as a part of that morning programming block, it's us. It's Smiley Kaufman, so the Smiley Show is coming to Golf Channel.
I like that show.
And The Big Swing, which is Jimmy Roberts, our friend of the show. Jimmy Roberts' new show, his new interview show is coming, all about the business of golf.
Lovely.
And then obviously Gary Williams and the 5 Club show. So, we've got this, we've got great company. I can't believe we're in that conversation. Smiley Kaufman, broadcaster, tour pro.
Yeah.
Jimmy Roberts, legendary reporter, Olympics caller, and then us. Just the two of us idiots.
Yeah, we backed on into that. I don't know how we did. The other one that I heard that was coming back to Golf Channel, which I was really excited about, was Blair Garner doing The Big Break.
Yeah.
Blair O'Neill doing The Big Break.
Big Break is coming back as well. Yeah. So
I love that show.
It's so good. Yeah. So Good is involved in bringing that back.
Oh, cool.
So they're sort of teaming up and they're doing a Good X Big Break reboot, which is really exciting. And so Golf Channel big future coming for Golf Channel. Pumped about it. It's going to be awesome. We'll be there. So every week, stay tuned. But this is our second to last episode of just being a podcast. We are going to keep the name. We were talking about this today. Do we call it Vanity Index when it's on television? I think we got to keep the P. So the Vanity Index podcast will stay.
Yeah.
We're in the future now. We live in the future. It's 2025. It'll be 2026. And I feel like, we'll just keep it podcast.
All right, well, let's get on into the show. Saw this come on through Instagram from the real McNair, and I absolutely loved this idea. It was a dream club idea. And it's staff votes one member out each year. It thins the herd. It encourages good behavior. This would be electric. How do you feel about this?
Well, I love this.
Right?
I love this. I feel like there's got to be a club somewhere that does this. Maybe not the staff voting, but like the members vote on somebody getting excommunicated in sort of like a 1-for-1, like no new members and like 1 in, 1 out kind of scenario.
Yeah.
It'd be like the Hunger Games of a club. You need a real I guess you would be voted, but you kind of need like a benevolent dictator for something like this. Anyway, get back to this. You said it earlier. Just imagine the tips.
Oh my God.
If the staff was in control.
They've never lived so good.
This would be a line out the door from everybody leaving to come work at this club. Everybody would come from all over the country to come be a caddy there, be a staffer. I will say, like, just speaking of the staff, I think that we talk a lot about like elite country clubs. Yeah, I think one of the things that gets left out is just what makes them so good. Yeah, and just like almost to a club in that top 100, the staff is just so good. Yeah, takes so much pride in it. And we had at our club, we just had our annual meeting, which I think we talked about in the last show, which is always good for some content. But they honored our kind of maitre d'. Yeah. And he'd been there for 40 years, and he's not leaving or anything. It was his 40th anniversary, so they gave him a nice watch. And he comes up in front of the members, cries. It's like, it's so meaningful. And he started in the locker room as like a shoe shine guy. It's just like you get to know, and you get to these places. The staff is what makes it, and the idea that the staff has like excommunication powers, they get to vote. I kind of really love good. I love it. Oh my God! Because
I don't think that I would be in jeopardy of getting screwed over.
Love you,
but no, I think it's such a good idea. The other thing that when we talk about like really nice clubs, it's also taking care of the staff is really important. And like, I think we do a cool thing and I hope that other clubs do it as well, is that like kind of every Christmas comes around, everyone kind of walks around and gives like a gift, like a Christmas gift bonus or whatever to all the staff members that like obviously are impacting our lives. And I think that that's a cool thing that I hope that more clubs are doing.
Yeah.
We were talking kind of off air about, when you get into a golf cart, there's always like, do you want to use the scorecard app? And then obviously with the GIN app, you can be putting in your scores manually that way, or you can have your just tried and true analog scorecard. What's better, do you think, the app or the scorecard?
I've never been an app guy.
Yeah.
To me, golf is like the sacred time when I can actually not have my phone or not pay attention to my phone. And so I want that experience to be basically as analog as possible, other than a rangefinder, or something like that. Yeah. I had like a golf watch. I know you have a golf watch you like, and I love it. I had one for a little while, but even that was kind of too much. So I'm all about rangefinder and scorecard. I've got a scorecard holder, which I love. It's it's embroidered. It's got my name on it. So yeah, I'm all about it.
My thing is, who's using the scorecard in the cart like that? I've never seen anyone do it.
I used to do it all the time.
Really?
Before I, in the previous life, that was always like, oh, I'm playing a nice place. It's got a screen. I got to use the scorecard. You type your name in, you're ding, ding. Yeah. You write in your name, and then it's like you're bowling.
Bowling.
Yeah, you're bowling.
I do like the GIN app. Mainly because you can say like where you missed, right, left, short, long, and then you can get analytics that way. I did it for a little bit, and then it was like just too much information. Yeah. But I appreciated it, and it kind of helped you hone in like where you were missing and where you were excelling.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I've transitioned as a player. I've transitioned to, for me, golf is the center of my social life and social experience. And so I don't want anything to distract me from socialization on the golf course. And carts do that to me in general because you're sequestered into carts. You're like, it's weird because you go and play with somebody, and anytime you get a chance to play with someone, you meet them and you're playing, getting to know them. When you play around a golf with them, it's the best way to. People talk about it all the time. It's the best way to get to know somebody because you're together for 4 or 5 hours. I find that carts actually really break up that experience.
I agree
because if you're playing as a foursome, you might not be in the cart. Even if you are in a cart with somebody, it's like you're in the cart, kind of on a mission. You're getting there in not enough time to really have a talk or tell a story. And then you're dropping them off. You're going to your ball. It's like it actually breaks up the camaraderie. Whereas you're walking together. There's a longer walk between each shot. You get a chance to kind of get to know people. So I mean, it's one of the reasons I like, kind of would rather walk. But beyond that, I think too, I like manually scoring because I can, I'm not distracted. I'm not pulling my phone out. I'm not seeing notifications or emails or text messages or things like that. You're just there on the golf course, trying to socialize with people. To me, it's like I treasure that. So yeah, I'm not a big app guy.
Saw this come in on Instagram from Lou Stagner, Golf Stat Pro at Lou Stagner. Thought this was a good question. Interested to see your answer. You get one shot to win $1 million. Option 1, 8-foot putt, gentle uphill, gentle right to left break. Gotta make it. Option 2, 100 yards in the fairway, hole in the center of the green. Greens all receptive, no wind, gotta hit it inside of 25 feet. What are you taking?
Well, since this is Lou Stagner and I know his game,
yeah,
he's a stat guy. He wants you to say option 2 because it's 25 feet, but he's gonna. Then I guarantee that, and I didn't see this before, but I guarantee that the follow-up post is like the average amateur golfer hits it inside of 20 feet, like once every 5,000 shots. So you're much better off hitting the putt. But I would definitely take the putt. I mean, one, it's right to left, it's uphill. Mm-hmm. Your chances of that going in are much higher, I think, than your chances of hitting the green from inside of 25 feet, even on 100 yards. And I think you would probably have a stat to back that up that even like a tour level player, it does not hit it inside of 25 feet every single time from 100 yards. So, why would you take that? The chances of making that 8-foot putt are a lot higher. But what about you?
I agree. Option 1 is, I think, the answer, especially for a right-handed player, because right-handed players generally see the right to left putt really, really well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's option 1. I saw some of our friends, Michael Pena, he commented on this saying number 1, could Chuck, Blade, or the other option from 100 yards and $1 million pressure. And then I saw Lamorne from New Girl said number 2. So
oh wow,
I don't know.
I also like that Pena just won't even type the word shank.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to put that in the universe.
I know. By the way, Pena needs to come on the show.
Yeah, we got to get him on. That'll be a good Golf Channel episode. Get Pena on.
Lamorne too, actually.
There you go. Well, we'll make it happen.
Okay, so I saw this one. This was making the rounds a couple weeks ago, I think. Maybe like Ryder Cup-y time. But we never talked about it, and it's just so funny to me. It's American fans versus European fans. It's Ian Poulter and Terrell Hatton talking about it. And you've probably seen the videos of like strongly agree, disagree, strongly disagree. And I just think that his take is just so great.
American golf fans are better than European golf fans.
I don't even know where to start. There's no, mashed potato and all that that you hear is madness. In the hole, get in the hole. It's a 600-yard par 5, you idiot.
You ever turned around and said that?
I actually just want to borrow the taser or like the security guard just to let one go per hole would be amazing. Imagine that, you got one taser per hole. That'd be awesome.
I couldn't agree with Ian Poulter more about this.
Yeah, it was a really illuminating experience for me the first time I went to the Open Championship.
Yeah.
It was when it was at St. Andrews when Cam Smith won. And the fandom was like a totally different crowd. And the Open in general, the way they do the stands and the hospitality, it's like there's so many people out there. I mean, it's like 200,000 people or 150,000 people, giant grandstands. It's very different from the sort of American corporate hospitality. They have corporate hospitality tents, but they're not up against the holes. That's all kind of general admission. And the fans are so knowledgeable, and you're in there with the Scotsman, and they're just like, it was a totally different appreciation. It's like going to the Masters. The Masters is like that too. That cultivates a fan base that and they police it at Augusta. So you're not yelling mashed potatoes at the Masters, and it sort of self-selects for people who care about golf. They say you don't want to boo bad shots, that kind of stuff, or cheer bad shots, I guess you'd say. But the whole crowd at the Open kind of has that vibe. So yeah, no, I love this. What about you?
Yeah, I can't stand when someone yells out Baba Booey or mashed potatoes. For whatever reason, it's like, to me, it's like, dude, that's a dork. Dude, come on. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The get in the hole on a par 5, what are you talking about? Just say good shot or whatever. I do like, I think it was Bob Does Sports who was doing he would say funny things to players.
Yeah, the tea roasting kind of stuff.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's great. But the stupid stuff that people yell out, especially on the tee box, is so I get it. You want to be on TV. You want to be like, that was me or whatever, but no one cares.
Yeah, I'm like kind of surprised that that's still going, especially in the social media era. Like that was such a I don't know. That started with Tiger in like the 2000s. People yelling out mashed potatoes, and so many Tiger driving highlights are all mashed potatoes. Get in the hole. You're like Baba Booey.
Yeah,
but it's still happening. That was 25 years ago. Come on, let's just cheer. Let's just be yelling when the ball's in the air. That was part of the Tiger madness for sure. That actually, I love Ian Poulter. I love Ian Poulter.
Yeah,
I miss being around Ian Poulter week in and week out on the PGA Tour, and just because he's hilarious and the best. Such a great personality. I have two quick Ian Poulter full swing stories. So he was a subject of Full Swing Season 1.
Yeah,
and back
famously threw clubs into a locker in anger.
Yeah. Okay. So that scene, which was in the trailer, it's the match play, and we're filming with Ian.
Yeah.
And so he's in the locker room and he loses his match. So he doesn't. I think it was he lost a semifinal match or something like that. So the cameras are following him. He's in the locker room. He's steaming. And he throws the club into the locker. Poof, tips over his back. Bah, screaming. We're like, oh my God, we got it. Blah, blah, blah. He's smashing stuff up. Just, fuck, yelling really loud. And then he just finishes. And then he looks in the camera and goes, how was that?
Was that good?
Yeah. Like, was that pretty good? We're like, yeah, it was good. He knew what he was doing. And of course,
golf clap, mashed potatoes.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
And it made it into the trailer. It's like a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell him to do it.
Yeah.
But he just immediately does all this and then just looks in the camera and goes, how's that?
Yeah.
It was pretty good. So that was the first story. Second one.
You cut out the how is that, though.
Of course. Yeah. We left it in the moment, Didn't realize he was putting it on for the cameras. It's television, Wells. Anyway, but back before that, when we were recruiting for Full Swing, it was the Torrey Pines U.S. Open. So this would have been maybe 2019, probably. Maybe. Yeah, when was that? Either way, maybe it was 2021. It was right before we started filming the show. And so we really wanted to get Bryson in the series. And so we had a meeting with Bryson and his agent. We were sitting at Torrey Pines on the either way, it doesn't matter. We were at Torrey Pines. It was either the U.S. Open or it was the Farmers. It was probably the Farmers, actually, now that I think about it. Anyway, we're at Torrey Pines. It's the Farmers Invitational, Farmers Insurance Championship, whatever it's called. And we're having a meeting with Bryson and his agent. And we're sitting on the deck. And there's this really nice old building there, or this hotel. And so we're sitting there meeting with Bryson. And it's me and his agent having this conversation. And sitting just next to us at the table is Ian Poulter and his caddy. And I'm in full pitch mode to Bryson and his agent about why he should be in full swing. And it's like Formula One. We're doing the Drive to Survive kind of thing. How good is this going to be? And we're just in this long, 45-minute meeting. And I watch Ian and his caddy finish up their lunch, pay their bill. And they're just still kind of hanging. And then the caddy gets up and leaves. And Ian's just trying not to look like he's eavesdropping, but he totally is eavesdropping. He's he just refuses to get up. And literally sits for 30 more minutes just by himself, kind of not paid attention, whatever. I'm just sitting here.
I'm looking at my phone.
Yeah. So then Bryce and his agent get up and leave. And literally as soon as they're around the corner, walking out of the room, Ian leans over and goes, hey, I kind of heard what you were talking about. I'm like, oh, you did?
Didn't notice.
He's like, listen, I'll never do it for one, but if you want it to be great, you should do it with me. like, I love it. Yeah, sure. We'll be in touch. He's like, how much you paying? I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
We're just not paying. He's like, oh, I'll never do it. He's like,
Yeah.
but I'd be great at it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you would. And then we got to know him, and then he came into the show, and he was awesome. And was putting on their private jet ride to London, and going to his son's Sage Valley Invitational, and just like the best, like one of the greatest characters ever. Definitely should be a Ryder Cup captain one day.
Yes.
Whatever is going on with the sort of European Tour stuff, it's like he needs to be a Ryder Cup captain.
100%.
I mean, it's just like Ian Poulter is the greatest at that, and just a personality that I missed. Someone who is brash and loud, but has just like this warmth and like charisma to him. There's just like not an asshole bone in his body. Like just a really great human being that I loved hanging out with. So want to see you soon, Ian. I love that you're talking shit about Americans fans.
Yeah. And we agree with you, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Some people are television stars and some people aren't.
Oh, God, he
That
is
guy
a TV
is.
star for sure.
Yeah.
They should have done a reality show, actually.
I still want you guys to do a full swing just on the wives of the golfers.
Yeah, Wags, Full Swing Wags.
God, that would be so
Dude,
good.
you and me both, dude. I would love to do that.
Because you know what? Here's the thing. Here's my Netflix, if you're watching, listening. Here's my pitch to you. The golf guys will watch it, and then you can get the housewives viewers, the Bravo fans, to then get into that as well, and it would just be a ratings bonanza. Just saying, but whatever.
All right, I'm going to work on that.
Speaking of wives of golfers, I saw this video come in, a question for us, and I liked it, and I thought we should maybe talk about it a little bit.
All right, let's see it.
Okay, golfers, question for you. If you're going on a golf trip, you're going to be doing 318s 3 days in a row. You're not a professional golfer by any means, but you also you've been golfing for a bit. How many golf balls would you bring on this trip? Because I feel like my husband is bringing an excessive amount of golf balls for this amount of golf. And I just want to see if it's a normal guy thing or not. I also grew up golfing. I don't golf as much now with small children, but I would never think to pack this many balls for the same amount of golf. So let me know.
My initial thought is I think this is amazing that the wife is thinking that he has overpacked. And anyone who's married knows that I have a carry-on and my wife has 3 checked bags. But 3 rounds, way too many golf balls. How many golf balls are you bringing for 318s if you're let's say a 15 handicap?
Okay, first off, if there's ever a scenario where a guy is going to overpack, it's a golf trip. You got to have the rain gear wells.
Yeah.
What if you want to change your shoes? What if they get wet?
Yeah.
What if you just have a different look for the second day?
I need hand warmers probably.
You got to have some, like a beanie if it gets cold.
2 pairs of shoes because if one gets wet, then I need to have the next one for the next
Obviously,
day.
maybe you want to be in sport mode one day.
Yep.
And then maybe you want to be classy one day.
Absolutely. You
And
got shorts, pants.
For sure.
Yep.
Cashmere, but also, again, something more performance oriented.
Yep.
You got multiple polos. What if you have an emergency 9, you sweated through the first one?
Yeah.
And then what if you think you might need a driving iron? Heaven forbid. You got to throw a couple extra clubs in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to Ireland or Scotland, you definitely need a driving iron.
Yeah, and maybe a 7-wood.
Yeah.
And a couple extra wedges because who knows what the conditions are going to be.
Yeah.
What if you need lower bounce wells?
Definitely need lower bounce.
And umbrella. It's going to rain.
Gotta have umbrella.
Gotta have an umbrella. And then golf balls. So we finally made it around.
Got it back.
To golf balls. How many? The thing I'm missing in this video is the pan over to a stack of
I know.
36.
I
dusted
bet
balls.
so here's my thought. This is what I think she's saying. I think he's got 3 cases.
3 cases.
For 3 rounds. And I think she's saying, you're going to go through a case every round?
Yeah.
That's my initial thought.
Yeah. This is interesting because the thing about you can always buy more golf balls. There's not a golf course in the world where you can't buy a sleeve of balls if you need more. I get it. You may be ordered. You've got your custom balls with your own little logo on them or something like that. And then maybe I could see bringing 2 cases on a golf trip. I could even see a world where you bring in 3 cases.
Yeah.
Because whatever, you bring them home. It's a check bag. You don't have to carry that thing around. You're dragging it. It's probably got wheels on your bag. Or heaven forbid you're using ship sticks. You don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, it would always be 1 dozen balls. But if I was going on a longer trip, maybe 2. I don't know. I'm a lot less. I used to think a lot about this now, and I'm just kind of whatever. If I need more, I'll just buy some in the pro shop. But yeah, I don't know. I think we need to know how many. How many would you bring?
I think the right answer, those 3 rounds, I think you take a case. So that gives you a sleeve for every round. Then you have an extra sleeve in case
dozen balls.
you need it, or maybe someone loses balls and you're like, here, I got you. And then like
you probably also have balls in your bag just
For
anyway,
sure.
like some used ones.
do you have like crappy or
Of course.
balls for like the round's not going great. I don't want to lose any more good balls. We're gonna go find one that's a little scuffed up.
This just it hits me so deep on my growing up, not growing up poor, but being a kid without money policy of just like you'd never throw away a nice ball.
Yeah.
And I have to really force myself to like throw a ball away after a round. Like
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'll play a round, I'll use one ball the whole round. Our course doesn't have a lot of trouble. There's no water hazards or anything like that. So it's feasible you'd play a whole round with the ball. And I get to the end of it, I'm like, well, it's probably usable. Let's toss it back in. And heaven forbid I got another one I hit maybe 2 or 3 times. I mean, it's definitely going back in the bag. But yeah, I like hold on to balls for probably too long. I mean, you should, at this point I should be able to just like, throw them away or recycle them or donate them to the juniors or something like that. But yeah, no, I still have some scuffy ones in there just in case, there's something about like the confidence of like you're worried about losing a ball and putting a kind of shitty one out there.
Yeah.
You're going to keep it in play.
Yeah.
Because you're just like not worried about it. So there's the reverse psychology of it.
Totally.
So if you're bringing out a freshie on a forced carry or something where there's a lot of OB, there's no chance. That's gone. There's nothing worse than a brand new golf ball that you send out of bounds or into the water. It's just the worst feeling. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I guarantee you that like the billionaires that are playing this game are still pissed off with a fresh one that goes in the water. It's just, there's something about it.
Okay. I think the answer is a case.
Yeah.
For a golf trip.
Yeah, I mean,
if you need
plus,
more, buy more.
Plus some in your bag.
In your bag, yeah.
I think 2 cases is reasonable for 3 days.
Okay.
Just because you got some extras, whatever.
Yeah.
Like who knows what's going to happen? It may be windy, maybe a bad day. You're playing in the UK. There's going to be, gorse and stuff. So I think 2 cases is reasonable. It's not too heavy. You can manage that.
All right, now it's time for our segment Overheard from J-Lab. From the lab to the course, J-Lab Tech is trusted by the pros with gear engineered in the lab, built for every practice, every flight, and every moment you need to lock on in.
Yeah, I've been using the J-Lab J-Buds Party Bluetooth speaker.
Yep.
It's got lights on it. Deep, resonant sound. J-Lab delivers headphones, earbuds, and Bluetooth speakers designed for life and that respect your budget. So look for the blue box at retailers everywhere or shopjlab.com. And thank you to J-Lab for all your support.
Now, I had something queued up for our Overheard, but you are trumping that, and you've got something else. I saw in our golf group chat that you recently got to hang out with the man, the myth, the legend, John Daly. And I think that's what this Overheard's about.
Yeah. So I was with John Daly earlier this week, and I had a chance to hang out with him, did an interview with him on stage. One, it was kind of surreal because we were in Vegas at this conference.
Did you know you were going to be doing this?
Yeah, I knew I was going to be doing
Okay.
it. Yeah, it was scheduled. But we were in the O at the Bellagio, the O, that Cirque du Soleil show.
Okay,
we were
yeah,
in their like arena or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we're doing this interview like on chairs that are like over this glass stage over like 2 million gallons of water. It was surreal. Cool. We're like walking into the stage and there's just like wetsuits everywhere. It was kind of crazy. Anyway, so John Daly, we were prepping in the green room for this talk. And so I was, it's like we were doing some talk for some like restaurant people. And I was like, hey, how did the John Daly cocktail come about? I was like, how great is that? Like, did you lean into that and name it? Obviously, it's based on the Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
Did you lean into that? Did someone else come up with it and you just kind of grabbed onto it? Because he has John Daly's, his Good Boy vodka brand. They make their own John Daly's. And he's like, no, I invented that when I was 9 years old. So he tells this story.
Okay.
He goes, yeah, I was in Dardanelle, Arkansas, and we won I was 9 years old, our Little League team. We were sponsored by Piggly Wiggly. We won the Little League championship in our town. And so we went back to celebrate at our house. And my mom used to make sweet tea in the sun, sun tea. You've been in the South, about sun tea. And then lemonade. And Daddy loved his vodka. And so my parents were nowhere to be found, and the kids were all celebrating. So I thought we might ought to celebrate. So I went and got her sweet tea, and I pulled some lemonade, and I mixed it all together in a big jug. And I got Daddy's vodka, and I dumped the whole thing in there. And we had a couple shot glasses, so we lined them all up, and each kid took a shot of this concoction. It tasted pretty good. So then we did another one, and then we did a third one, and then we had a whole team of 9-year-olds who were wasted off their butts. And I looked at my brother and I said, if one of us becomes famous, we're going to have to patent this drink.
Yeah.
It's either going to be called the Jamie Daly or the John Daly. And that's how it got invented.
Really?
This is straight from his mouth.
Listen, we don't condone underage drinking, but why am I not shocked that that story's true? Right?
It's one of those things that even if it's not, I'm glad that it exists.
Yeah.
I love that the Arnold Palmer became this iconic golf drink, and that obviously the boozy version of that was going to be mixed with vodka and is going to be called the John Daly. But he'd already gone there, Wells.
Yeah.
He had already gone there, even as a 9-year-old kid.
He's crazy, man. You see these videos where he's playing golf in a cart barefoot, and he's got like a full bottle of Kettle One or something just in one of the cup holders.
It's so funny too, because he's a really good storyteller, actually.
Yeah.
So I just had to kind of tee him up, and then he would go and run. But one of the things I asked him was like, what's the longest drive you ever hit? And I was like, I bet you don't know. He's like, nah, man, why would I know that?
Yeah.
It was 808 yards.
Did he hit a cart path or something?
No, he was at the LAX runway for a Wilson commercial.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But he knew. They measured it. He said it was 808 yards, right down the middle of the runway. But he was so long back then. It was like right before my time. But you look at we're bringing the Skins game back. So we've been watching all these old Skins highlights. Obviously, he was in the one that we saw. But then in '96, there's a video, by the way, if you're interested in watching that. We did a watch along for the '91 Skins game. But the '96 Skins game was with Tiger Woods. It was the first time he played in the Skins game. It was him and John Daly, and they got this whole build up to it. It was like, who's going to outdrive who?
Yeah.
And I was looking back and doing research on it, and their drives, there was like 380 yards, 360, 345, 370. Like in 1996.
Playing like Titleist professional 382s or whatever.
Totally. In like little steel shafted drivers.
Yeah.
You know, steel shafted, like steel headed drivers. 370 yards with the rollout in the desert. I mean, bonkers distance back then, and they were just going at it. You know, it was crazy. He's the man, and just like the stories and the vibes. We told a great story about Arnold Palmer and just like sitting at the table with him as a rookie at Bay Hill, and it's like Arnie and Jack and Fuzzy Zeller and Tom Watson, and they're all just kind of hanging around, and he's just like, where did this come from? And just his stories of, he was the 9th alternate and won the PGA Championship. You know, just absolutely never seen the golf course before, and won. It's amazing.
His book, My Life in and Out of the Rough, is a fantastic read.
It's a good one.
If you haven't read that or listened to it on Audible, you should. It is so good and so crazy. Here's my question to you about John Daly. I've met him a couple times. He's this person that, like, his personality, his persona is bigger than him, right? Like, it precedes him everywhere he goes. And there are people that, like, I think lean into that. And I wonder, like, he's like the drinking, smoking, partying, musician, like ultra athlete guy that like kind of doesn't give a shit. I wonder if he leans into it more than it really is. Like, I don't know if I think he's drunk all the time. I think he pretends like he's drinking all the time.
I think it's just totally who he is. I don't think he wasn't drunk. He wasn't drinking when we were together. He just drank. He smoked a ton of cigarettes and drank probably like 8 Diet Cokes while we were up on stage.
But you understand my question,
Totally.
Right? That are you leaning into this, like, this thing that people think you are?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. I've spent enough time around him. I think that's just who he is. I think he just doesn't care. I think he truly doesn't care. He doesn't care what people think of him. I think it's weird. He's like completely comfortable in his own skin. He feels no pressure from anybody. He's lived a crazy life. I mean, that book. So I did read the book as a prep for our talk that we did on stage. And my only real bright light takeaway was that the most times he ever had sex in one day was 10.
Yeah.
Which I was like, that's a course record for me, baby. Like, I ain't ever touching that one.
Yeah.
You know? He also told me he shot 57 once at his home course, which is awesome.
I believe it.
The guy's got game, but he just doesn't care. And he didn't really, he was great as a person to interview and just chat with because he just doesn't really care what you think. But he stuck around. He took pictures with everybody. And he's like kind of an old school throwback guy because this was like a restaurant conference, and so he's like, are the Chick-fil-A guys here? And we're like, yeah, they're actually over there. He's like, I just love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They came over and they like gave him some free chicken sandwich carts, and he was just like happy as can be.
Yeah.
He's a guy who would like probably tell you where the best Red Lobster is, anywhere in the country because he just drives around in his RV. But he really doesn't care what people think. He cares a lot about his son, his family. His son is like the polar opposite of talking to him. His little John is like, he's a 5th year senior at Arkansas, took a pretty deep run at the U.S. Amateur this summer.
Yeah.
And just like, but apparently he's like the opposite of his dad. He's like a hardcore Christian kid, really wants to do well and like is way more focused and cares about his health. And, he's on a fitness plan, doesn't drink and all that. But John's like the quintessential great American story.
Yeah.
And I think, it's just the cloud of all the other chaos in his life, I think kind of overwhelms just the purity of like how great that story is, the ultimate kind of rags to athletic riches that kind of only golf can provide, in a way that he literally drove himself from Memphis to Indiana to Crooked Stick in 91.
Overnight.
Yeah. Arrived at like 4 a.m. and teed it up in the PGA Championship where they had to write his name in a Sharpie on the driving range on his little placard, and ends up winning the golf tournament. It boggles the mind how cool that story is. And I want more John Daly's in my life.
I think with John Daly, I think that because of how good he was without really seemingly not trying, I think we all wanted more from him.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like, DJ has the same thing that I think John Daly has, which is the I don't give a F thing, which is so very helpful in golf. Hence why we all drink on the golf course, because the second that you have that feeling of like, I don't care, whatever, I'm just having a good time.
Totally.
And I wonder if JD, if he had taken it more seriously, he wouldn't have done as well as he did. I mean, say what you want about John Daly. He has 2 majors. Do you know how many amazing golfers do not have 1 major?
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's got 2.
And he's got one of them. We talked about this earlier at the old course.
At the place where you want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably means more than, than a major anywhere else. Honestly, that in Augusta, if you get 2, he'd be Zach Johnson.
Yeah.
Kind of set for life. So, yeah, love John Daly.
Last thing we're going to do is our segment, Can't Knock It, brought to you by Knockaround, proud partner of the Vanity Index podcast. These guys make seriously awesome shades, and now they're the official eyewear of the PGA Tour.
They also make a wide selection of performance shades designed to heighten contrast and definition and actually help you see the greens more clearly. It's wild how much detail you can pick up.
If you want to try a pair, head on over to knockaround.com/golf. Use the code VanityIndex20 for 20% off your first order. Again, that's VanityIndex20 for 20% off. Some exclusions apply. Also wanted to let you guys know that they're having an early Black Friday sale offering free pairs of shades on orders $30 and up between November 21st and 26th. And on Black Friday, it's 30% off site-wide with sales going through November 30th. Can't knock a good tee time. I made a blind ranking for you of the best, it might not be the best, tee times. I want you to rank them. We're going to truncate this a little bit to 5, okay?
All right, let's go.
Top 5 blind rank tee times.
I have no idea where you're going with this. I'm excited.
The 9 a.m. Friday tee time.
Oh, man.
It's a good one.
That's a really
Guy
good one.
came out
Guy
firing.
came out hot.
I know.
Oh, 9 a.m. Friday. All right, I know there's going to be a better one, so I'm going to go with 2.
Okay.
I love a 9 a.m. tee time, but it's Friday, so it's still a work day. It's not a holiday, so you might not be done with work yet. I think like a 1 o'clock Friday tee time in the summer, you can you're sliding into the weekend.
Okay.
Your phone's not gonna be blowing up.
Yeah.
So it's like you're ready to golf and you can focus. 9 a.m. It's like you might get a couple emails, there might be some texts, there might be some slacks. So it's good, but it's not perfect. So I'm gonna go with 2.
Well, you called it. Next up, the 1 p.m. Friday tee time.
Oh baby, let's send it. Okay, 1 p.m. tee time. That is my standard game. I'm gonna go with number 1 there. Okay. For all the reasons I just said.
I will say, though, the 9 a.m. Friday tee time usually is the skins game and a lot of clubs. And that's always a very fun game to be in.
It's a fun game to be in, yeah. But just the freedom of being like, I can literally ignore my phone and the rest of the world for another 4 hours at 1 o'clock on a Friday is pretty elite.
And you have the whole weekend ahead of you.
Exactly. And your wife's probably not going to be mad.
Yeah.
It's not, there's no kids soccer or anything. It's not Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, and
you're golden, baby.
You'll be home by the time you would be home for work, probably.
Exactly.
Speaking of the weekend, the 10 a.m. Saturday tee time.
I'm going to put this at number 5 because I could never do it.
Why?
Because I got 3 little kids. And so the middle of the day on a Saturday, like which 10 o'clock, kind of assuming you're going to be done at 2:33, that's the worst of both worlds because you're there in the morning, I guess, but the bulk of the day you're just out playing golf. So I think if you're a dad and you've got kids, you got to go super early on a Saturday, be first out, try to be home by like 11. So at least hey, I'm there the rest of the day. But man, 10 a.m., you're leaving the house at 8:30. So you're just kind of missing the morning anyways. You got to go warm up and, get yourself situated.
Yeah.
And then you're playing your round and then you're done at 2:30. Hey, you settle up your bets. You're home at 3. I think that's death. I think that's bad. So unless the kids are out of town or something.
All right. Well, as the guy with no kids, I love that tee time.
I know you do.
Because I get to sleep in just a little bit after
perfect.
whatever I did on Friday night. Get to the club around 9 o'clock, go off at 10.
You're living the dream life, Wells.
I know.
I'm so jealous of that. I think I've played on Saturday at our club like 3 times in 7 years. Yeah.
All right, up next, 1 p.m. on Sunday afternoon.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to throw that at number 3.
Okay.
Because that also, again, I'm sort of orienting around the family here. Mm-hmm. The weekend's almost over. There's no youth sports scheduled for Sunday afternoons.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the time you're bringing your kids out. This is historically, whenever I've taken the kids golfing.
Yeah.
Golf. I can't say golf. When I play golf with my kids.
Yeah.
It's been like the Sunday afternoon tea time. We're out late. The course is usually pretty empty, or it's mostly families. It's a good vibe. It's a good aesthetic. You lay down maybe a transfusion in the mix of that. Mm-hmm. You're just having a great day. And then you cruise right into, like, if it's the fall, you cruise right into Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
Maybe you have dinner at the club.
Cocktails, dinner at the club.
It's just like, it's the end of a perfect day, the perfect way to kick off a week.
Can I make a suggestion for all the golfers out there whose wives are annoyed with them for golfing? The Sunday 1 p.m., 2 p.m. tea time is the round that you should be like, babe, come with me. Mm-hmm. Sit in the cart.
Yeah.
We'll get you an entire bottle of rosé. Just have a good time.
Just hang. Yeah.
Put on some music.
No stress.
Watch your phone, whatever.
Yeah.
But come out there. And I'm telling you, there's not a single woman in the world that won't be like by the 3rd hole being like, this is awesome.
This is great.
This is the best.
I
want to do this. All right. Well, we know where the last one's going, but I'm still going to give it to you. 7 a.m. Thursday.
Oh, yeah. So I feel good about this.
Yeah.
4. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 7 a.m. Thursday is tough. It's a work day for most people.
Yeah.
I mean, it is for me. I don't know about you.
But sometimes, not for me too. I'm unemployed a lot. But the thing about like the first tee time out, you can usually get through really quickly and still get to work and be okay.
Yeah, look, these are all in the top 5, Wells.
I know.
So they're all great. Any tee time means you're playing golf.
Yeah.
Which means it's fantastic.
Any day on the golf course is a good day.
So there's no losing in this blind ranking.
Yeah.
And I do love a sweepy first out.
I do too.
Like, it's a great feeling. And there's just something about the energy and buzz of a club, like in a really early morning scenario. And it reminds me of working golf, like when I used to get there pre-dawn, when I was working as a cart boy or running the range at the college course. Like, being at a golf course when it's still dark and as the sun comes up and you're drinking your coffee and you're just kind of feeling the energy, you smell the grass, they're cutting it like it's dew sweep. It is pretty good. So again, in the spirit of there being no bad tee times ever, 7 a.m. on a Thursday, I'd take it still. I'd love it. It'd be great. But in the grand scheme of our rankings, I feel pretty good about where that sits.
And No Bad Tee Times is a good name for a podcast
Yeah,
or
that
a
is
show.
a good one. Yeah.
Dang.
Maybe our spinoff show.
Yeah.
Just Billy Bush's podcast.
Yeah.
All right. So Wells, we've been doing this episode. I think this is our 39th episode.
Yes, it is.
I remember when we started this podcast, we said, let's see if we can get 10.
Yeah.
We were planning on just like 10 episodes. We'll see how it goes. And here we are, 40 episodes and a Golf Channel television show. So congratulations.
I mean, what happens at 80?
It's feature film, I guess.
Yeah, do we win awards or something?
The Vanity Index movie.
Yeah.
It's coming out. That'd be great. So anyway, every time we've had guests on, we ask them our rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
We did this for the show from me last time. So it's my turn to put you on the hot seat.
Okay.
Rapid fire questions, Vanity Index. Here we go. So what is your current handicap?
I think it's 4-1 right now. 4-1 or 4-2, which I feel like is about right.
Golf style, bold, or classic?
I think I am classic.
Don't even think about anything other than that.
Yeah.
Of course you're a classic.
But see, this question always confused me. Because
You wrote them.
No, I didn't. Your team wrote these. Because it could be like, bold could be like, I go for it in 2 on a par 5 every single time, or I lay up.
Yeah, but classics, this is style.
Yeah.
By the way, these are open to interpretation by the guest. So
yeah, exactly.
Interpret it however you want.
So classic, yes.
I would say your style is bold in its classicism, in that you show up wearing like a lot of knits and wools.
A lot of pleated things. Yeah.
Which is, it's not a tradition. I mean, it's traditional, but not like in a modern sense.
Yeah.
So it's both classic, but the classicness makes it bold. So anyway.
Damn, do I look good.
You do look good. And never any hats.
Never a hat.
All right, here we go. Morning coffee or post-round beer?
I liked your answer last week. I liked the beer before the round.
Yeah, that's right. It's just, forget the morning coffee.
Yeah.
We're going pre-round beer, and then maybe a post-round coffee to sober yourself up for the evening activities.
Kind of an espresso,
Let's just
please.
Flip these around.
Yeah.
Walk or ride?
Walk every day.
Biggest golf pet peeve?
Slow play.
Favorite course you've ever played?
The old course.
God, did I say that too?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's
okay.
the best.
I Pebble Beach is a close second.
I know we
for
said
me.
it's like 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
Yeah. One course that you want to play that's not Augusta.
I feel like you can help me out with this.
Don't say Augusta.
Augusta
Damn
would be great.
Damn it. Well, I can get this podcast
Fred
on
Ridley,
the television,
can you get
but
me on
I absolutely cannot get you onto Augusta National. Sorry.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so get to the course early or out of the car onto the first tee?
Get to the course early.
Yeah, we talked about our warm-up routines.
I am never late to anything.
It's true, actually.
And so golf, especially, I'm always there early.
I've never been late to this podcast once.
No, never.
It's going to be different when we're on TV. I actually
I
have to be on time. This is really a problem. Okay, let's see. So
You can jump around too.
yeah. Let's do the Dream Foursome one. I love that one.
Okay. I loved your answer last week, and it's always what mine would have been. My father and my two brothers.
Yeah.
And it used to exist. That was my dad always said I had the perfect amount of boys because I have the perfect foursome.
Oh, man.
And
What a line.
I know. And to be honest with you, like my dad's a little too old now to be playing golf with us, which is a bummer. And my other brother he's so good, but doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's like one of those guys that won't play, but then he won't play for 3 years, and then he'll go shoot 82, and you're like, dude, you don't understand how good you could be or whatever. But caveat, Dream Foursome, my dad, my two brothers at Tehama, where we played a lot of rounds growing up together.
Yeah, I feel like, when we get celebrities on the show, we want them to give an answer that isn't just like my dad and my brothers.
Yeah.
We want some good juice. But the older you get, I feel like the more that's what makes golf great. Those memories, that you have from when you started.
To be honest with you, playing with Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson and John Daly would stress me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would enjoy that
Better
at
for that.
all.
I'd like that photo from the first tee and then the stories.
And
but
then, now you three go.
Yeah.
And
I'll watch you. I'll walk and watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here we go. What's your favorite golf club in the bag?
7 wood,
Least favorite club?
4 iron.
Have you ever had a hole in one?
Yes, I have with you, Chad.
Oh, who was with you? Damn it, we've already covered this.
Yeah.
What's your best score ever?
I shot 71, 1 under par at Tierra Rojada once.
And then one word to describe your game.
Quick.
See, I don't know why we don't interrupt these, because I would have gone all the way back to classic.
Yeah.
Because your aesthetic is classic. You have a very classic swing, actually.
But it's quick.
It is quick.
Yeah.
But they were quick back then. I feel like, with the frame rate of old film reels always look like super fast.
Yeah.
So how would you know? You're just copying Bobby Jones.
That's right.
You are classic. You are quick. You are my co-host of this podcast, now television show.
Yes.
So we got a lot to look forward to, my friend.
This has been a fun one. We've known about the Golf Channel thing for a little bit. It's exciting to actually finally get to say it out loud. So please, starting early next year, 10 a.m. Wednesday mornings, make sure you're having breakfast with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Follow us on social media if you're not already at Vanity Index Podcast on Instagram. Follow Skratch on YouTube and on TikTok and on X as well, where all these episodes will be airing as well. And yeah.
We got one more left, buddy,
Really?
before we're on television. So we'll see you next week. for
You want
one
to know
more.
something funny about the television thing? I've been on TV a lot at this point now. I've done over 150 episodes of one television show. The only time my father has ever said he's proud of me was when I told him I'm going to be on the Golf Channel.